twerk, 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 twerk. Go crazy, go crazy. Bro, pass me the rock. I've been moving out the box. Top speed going top. 101 going pop. Getting hot, hot, hot. In the paint, never flop. At the rim like who? Get the crown like Braun. Yeah. Make it some and I'm spending some. What's the plan? Bet I get it done. It's me, yeah, nigga.
Notoriety Sports Network. Built different.
What up, everybody?
What up?
Come on.
What up, Pete?
Dan's already here with us.
Dan was hyped for this, man. Dan was over here writing me like, what time we going on? What time we going on?
We're out, Dan.
Oh, man. We're back.
Dan the Stan.
Back
He
like
stands
Cena.
for us.
Back like Cena. Am I the only one excited to see Cena wrestle tonight?
See who?
No,
Cena?
Yeah.
you're not.
I think last night was the most popular he's ever been, to be honest with you. I didn't hear any Cena sucks or anything.
Nah, it's because nobody likes Roman. I mean, I like Roman. I'm a Roman fan, but I want
Yeah.
to see Cena.
I think they like him better now than
I
they
want to see
did.
Cena do good, but I don't want to see him win the belt.
Definitely.
I love John Cena right now. So
Yeah, there ain't no way, especially with last night, Roman putting his career on the line. There's no way that they're going to have him lose, and unless they have some kind of swerve in mind or something, you know. But he said he would leave WWE, not just leave SmackDown. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be all elite. No, just kidding.
No, that's one person I don't think will ever be all elite.
no, I don't. Plus, I don't honestly don't know if they would really want him. He doesn't fit that kind of philosophy, really. He's definitely WWE machine all the way.
I don't know. Me and Nick, we say it often in our little group chat, but I do think John Cena's the best ever.
There's an argument to be made for that. Yeah, he did carry the company on his back for a while.
For a long time, in comparison to how long other guys did it, like Austin,
True.
Brock, and all those guys, he did it a long time.
Yeah, he sure did.
The best of his time versus the best of all time.
That's a good one. It's a good one,
Yeah.
Chichi. That's a good one.
That's WWE's tagline for the match. I was like,
I know, but I wasn't going to give them credit for it. I was going to give you credit.
That's probably the most creative thing they've come up with in probably the past year.
yeah.
No, big ups to Roman. Like, he's good on the mic right now. Like, dude is good on the mic. And
And I
hope
think
that
it's because they're finally letting him just say what he wants to say instead of writing every little word for him and stuff. And I think that made a big difference right there.
I think also like the fact that he doesn't speak sometimes, like you just see it in his face that he's just annoyed. Like even yesterday when like John Cena cut his entrance, his face was just like,
yeah.
okay.
But also Roman's good at like reciprocating. So he can join a conversation, he can't initiate it. So like he feeds off of Cena. So that's why I'm hoping that, you know, I think Roman's going to keep the belt tonight when he moves on. I want to see Roman and Seth Rollins next.
Yeah.
Yeah, with these two guys that they are now, it'll definitely be different than it was, you know, in the past when they was doing it, because both guys now are in a zone. Seth with that ridiculous heel character he's got going on now. I mean, over the top insanity plus the suits and, you know, he's at his peak right now. And of course, Roman definitely is as a heel. This is what we should have had 5 years ago, was this Roman, you know, just a badass beating everybody up.
True.
And that's that.
But you couldn't have did it 5 years ago because Brock Lesnar was doing it.
Do you want to build a new
megastar?
Do you want to build a new megastar, or do you want to keep going back to the same? You know what I mean? I think that might be why they're kind of lacking right now, is because they took all that time that you could develop people and gave it all to somebody else that, you know, was barely there.
Yeah,
Plus other guys, Goldberg and them coming in, that have barely been there, you know.
Goldberg. Nick's favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
What pisses me off about Goldberg, like no disrespect to everybody else, what pisses me off about Goldberg is you got Goldberg fighting for a title tonight, and AJ Styles and Randy are in a tag match.
Yeah, exactly.
So it begins.
At least they're in a storyline on the card. Asuka is nowhere to be seen right now. Liv Morgan, you know, they're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
You can tell he's a Roman Reigns fan. He has it in his picture.
Oh yeah, he does.
I love Roman Reigns. I mean, I used to not like him. Like I said, I used to not like him. Now he's grown on me. I like him.
He kind of like Cena was. Remember, you know, when they were trying to force Cena down everybody's throat for the longest time, that's when fans kind of turned on him and started booing him and all that stuff. And then they kind of started doing that to Roman too. Kind of like when The Rock even first came in, they were doing it to him because, you know, they were trying to force feed us this guy. And, you know, once they actually let him be himself, you know, then that's when he caught on. That's when he got over. It's like Roman. He says this is the closest to him, his real self, that he's been throughout his entire career. And it shows because he's putting on his best work right now.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, man.
You still don't have any stipulations, by the way.
The only stipulation is Roman saying his career. That's the only stipulation on the entire card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like.
So who do you got winning the match? Who do you think is going to win?
Wait, what are we doing?
We'll get there.
All right.
Well, we were talking about
line up right now. Nick's probably lining it all up.
I have everything. I'm like, hold on. What are y'all talking about? Reigns and Cena?
Zach is ready.
We're talking about that one. Pick your winner.
All right, fine. We'll jump into the best card, man, guys. Roman Reigns, John Cena. Since y'all talking about it, let's go back.
You start, Nick. You're right at the top.
Big dog all day. I'm going Roman Reigns all the way to WrestleMania. That's my prediction.
Oh my word. WrestleMania.
He's not losing that title.
I agree. They could throw like a quick, like hot potato exchange in the middle there, like him lose it and then like gain it back the very next week. Like if he loses it in a fluke way or something to help build a feud until WrestleMania. But there's no way he's not going to be champion at WrestleMania with what they've got planned for WrestleMania.
That's not
what
they're
trying to plan.
That's not a bad idea, but I don't think they'll do that. I think he's holding it till WrestleMania. Because if you had a quick turnaround like that, right? Say Big E, you're basically killing Big E once he gets that belt back. So don't burn anybody. Just keep the belt on Roman. Because from what I had heard was Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what they want. But there is talk of kind of protecting The Rock a little bit and having it be like a tag team match with him and one of the Usos and Roman and one of the Usos, and it kind of go like that. But
no, I don't want to see that.
Nobody really would. They'd rather have one-on-one. But with his Hollywood career and how he's insured through the movie studios and stuff, there's some things he's allowed to do and some he's not. And so, who knows what the fine print on that is, but they would have the final say for sure because they're the ones that pay him the most money.
I also think Roman Reigns is gonna retain today. I think Sai's idea isn't actually that bad, and I could actually see it happening. Where at some point he does lose the title to a transitional champion. Like look at, for example, like how Finn just came into the picture real quick, and he also just it could just be someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone as big as Biggie, but it could just be something where we get like a huge upset, but then. Like maybe you might find that Roman gets stale at some point, right? I don't think it's gonna happen, but he does get maybe a bit, and then they need to just bring that fire back into him. I feel like they could do that actually. So, yeah, Roman though for tonight.
Roman.
So we're all Roman Reigns. I know Caleb's probably crying at the game because he hates Roman Reigns.
Caleb is a Roman Reigns hater, yo. If y'all don't know, he's
like Goldberg. Go figure.
Yeah, but he likes Goldberg.
Yeah, I'll proxy in Caleb's pick on here. He texts me. He picks Roman Reigns.
Hey.
But I do also kind of predict at the end of the match, or what might even cost Cena the match, is a pissed off Finn Balor. We haven't seen him kind of since, and he could come in and cost Cena the match, thinking Cena was the one that screwed him over out of the title shot. because ultimately, even though Baron was the one that took the clipboard, Cena came in and put his name on the contract that was meant for Finn Balor. And in my mind, that would be the person, because like Chi said earlier today, Cena's supposed to be above all that. He's supposed to be Mr. Good Guy, do the right thing, all that stuff. And he came in and stole another man's match. So I think I'm going to predict Finn Balor comes in during that match or after that match and wrecks John Cena.
Yeah, and we could definitely actually see like a little feud between the two, like right before Cena goes off to shoot his new movie, actually. So
that would
I think
be
that
good.
would work out best.
That would be good. I just don't think WWE's smart enough to do that.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. It would be the best move, though. And plus, it would elevate Finn, a feud with arguably the greatest of all time. And if Finn was to come out the other side, the winner in that feud, that would do wonders for him.
I was fairly certain that WWE was going to let Roman Reigns run through Finn Balor real quick, and Finn Balor was going to feud with Shinsuke. That's the feud I want to see.
That is a feud that would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, they had some great matches.
And Shinsuke's the Intercontinental. He's the IC title holder now. So Finn and Japan, like you got history there. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Everyone's going for Roman Reigns.
Can't go against the big dog, man. We all
We
know.
have a little faith, guys.
But with WWE interfering in that, because they had great matches in Japan, just like Nakamura and AJ had great matches in Japan. But once they had their feud in WWE, it really wasn't very good at all. And I wonder if it's because of how WWE and their formula of how they want matches to go, and they don't want you to do certain moves and things like that, if that would actually ruin a Finn Nakamura feud.
I don't think it would. I think that they've become so cataloged, like they do the same move, same sequence every time, that they've got it down to a point now where they could still have a good match. It's not going to be New Japan match, but it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. Nobody has a New Japan matches in WWE, that's for sure. Maybe Walter and Dragunov. That's about it.
Oh, that match is tonight too, right?
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's on tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, exactly. Who would have thought that the NXT supposed developmental area, their pay-per-view card would be way better than SummerSlam?
No, I didn't say
second
that.
biggest card.
I didn't say that.
I do. I'd say NXT's card top to bottom
that?
is better than SummerSlam's card.
I think that the best match of the weekend, though, very well could be Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Dave's.
No, the next match that's gonna be the best match ever is.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this to be nominated.
Versus Goldberg to be specific.
It's gonna be nominated. Match of the year.
Oh yeah.
Pin it.
Yeah.
Yes, we are, bro.
This is a toss. Yeah, I figured this would be the first match. I think this is kind of a toss-up. I could see him going either way because look at what they've done with Goldberg in the past when he's come in for these little short-term things. He's always ended up winning the belt. He didn't come in except for the Drew match. That was it. That was the only time he came in for a big match and didn't win. So they could give it to Goldberg or Lashley could wreck him. But I think we can all agree that it ain't going to go longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because
Goldberg
can't go longer than 5 minutes.
If Lashley loses his belt to Goldberg, that'll be the biggest smack in the face. That's worse than Kofi Kingston losing his belt to Brock Lesnar in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think I made my predictions earlier today. Goldberg is winning that belt so he can carry it into Crown Jewel.
Nah.
Yes.
Man.
I hate the fact that might actually happen.
They always cater to the Crown Jewel like ridiculously and stuff.
I honestly
I get the money, but your storyline's all jacked up. Move Crown Jewels to another time or something. Why is it got to be by SummerSlam?
They could do that, but I don't think there would be a better time than to go ahead and cash in on that Money in the Bank tonight.
But
and
I've
it
been
could
thinking
be
about that all
Baron.
along, except Big E don't have the contract. Baron stole it.
But we're talking about the same company that let Cena come in and steal somebody else's title match contract and sign his own name.
I think they did that whole Baron Corbin thing just to not have to bring that into play tonight. I really do.
Yeah, plus they have kind of been saying it on commentary and stuff about Pat McAfee's like, he stole that contract. He got property. But they've kind of been alluding to the fact that, they've even said the possession 9/10 of the law line and things like that. So they're almost hinting that maybe, just maybe, Baron is going to be the one that cashes it in. But will they recognize it and it be legit after he does it? That's another story. But I can see him coming in trying to cash in tonight and winning 1, 2, 3. But then something happened that maybe takes it from him, what have you? Because it would just make him even more endearing right now than his, as Pat McAfee calls him, bum ass Baron.
Bum ass Baron.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to predict. Baron Corbin comes down and tries to cash in tonight.
But who do you have winning?
I got Bobby Lashley winning.
I think it'll be Lashley.
Lashley.
I got Goldberg.
But if somehow Big E can get that contract case back, he's going to be the one that cashes in, I think.
Nick, are you being serious?
Don't get me wrong. I'm not happy about my prediction. There's a feeling in my gut that Goldberg's winning for Crown Jewel.
And think about it, though. If they do let Goldberg win the match and then have Baron come in and take it from it, Bobby's still protected. There's a match there that Bobby can take on Baron and get the belt back from Baron, and then Goldberg's gone until Crown Jewel, because you don't want him to have the belt for a while.
But the only reason I feel like that's not going to happen is because if you got the draft coming up soon, there's no telling who's going to be on Raw that Lashley could feud with, and I'm not going to burn a good feud down the line for a story right now.
I think they could.
You think?
I think like Baron's gonna come out. I mean, he's a bum right now, so he'll come out, try to cash in, he mess up the match. Goldberg ends up winning somehow, and so it doesn't hurt Bobby because you're blaming Baron's bum self, but you give Goldberg the belt for Crown Jewel, you get to appease them, you piss us fans off. It sounds like WWE right there.
It kind of does. That's what makes.
That's kind of what I think will happen. Actually,
I had Bobby Lashley on my money bet. I was like, Bobby Lashley's winning. Then I thought about it and I was like, how does WWE think?
Now I'm actually gonna switch over to Goldberg. Also, I had Lashley. I had actually written Lashley, but now Goldberg.
If Goldberg wins, I'm just walking off.
And I suspect he's gonna put the title on his son. You know that move that they like doing. Once they win, then they just put it on the son's shoulder just to be like, it's yours too, son.
Man, you're really trying to milk that, ain't you? I've been talking about how it's horrible with him bringing his kid in, and you're trying to make it even worse.
I don't want to.
If there's no
trying to make sure that no one's
Bobby
shocked when
Lashley
things
wins.
happen.
I'll say that. If there's no shenanigans and it's just a straight up match between the two, Bobby wins. But I'm going to say there's going to be some shenanigans, and somehow Goldberg's going to end up.
Oh, somebody.
I just say if there's going to be shenanigans, then MVP is there. So I'm rolling with Bobby. Hurt business tonight, bro.
I hope you're right. I do not mind being wrong this one time.
Yeah.
This is the match where if I'm wrong, I'm going to be so happy. I'm like, thank you. Let's see. Somebody said Corbin cash in. I think he is. I think he's going to try. He's going to slip and fall and like a gravy stain on him or something. I don't know.
Get another hole in his outfit some way.
Something. It just fits him like. All right, let's see. Somebody thinks John Cena is going to whoop Roman Reigns. We'll see. He might beat him up, but he ain't going to win that.
Maybe Cena's the one that has the quick hot potato title reign just to break the record and throw it right back to Roman in a rematch. Even.
True.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
About that record thing. Ooh.
Now that's something Cena would do: take the belt from him and then vacate it, and then they'll have a tournament and let Roman win it. A tournament going into Survivor Series.
Well, they're going to do the King of the Ring, and supposedly that does conclude at Crown Jewel. So it would be interesting if the title was the actual prize of that tournament instead of it being a crown and a scepter, and especially so soon after Nakamura just became the king.
Yeah.
That's too good of an idea. That's not gonna happen.
I know. I mean, yeah, I think we're talking like we need to change gears and put ourselves in WWE mind and say, okay, this is the stupid thing they're going to do. This is what's going to happen.
For like 2 podcasts in a row, I got on here and I told WWE I'll sell them ideas $40 a pop because our ideas are better than their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just listen.
Look, all I'm saying is,
all you're saying is you just want to see Goldberg's entrance, but you don't want to see him win.
I don't even want to watch that.
No, I do. I want to see if he's gonna headbutt something.
If he headbutts
Then
something
he's
and
not
knocks
beat.
himself out, then I'll be happy. If they're like, Goldberg can't compete, bro, it's gonna be a waste of 2 minutes of my life. I cannot get back.
But at least it's only 2 minutes.
It could be 0.
So if Bobby Lashley didn't wrestle Goldberg tonight, then who did you want him to wrestle?
Bobby, somebody else that needed the shot. I mean, Raw's so bad. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Big E would have been dope. I mean, I'm thinking you could even bring up somebody. Bobby beats them still, but like a Keith Lee or something. Like
Well, he smashed Keith Lee. Like they don't know what the hell to do with.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to
I
pick
know.
somebody because they either get them all smashed in or they're like, oh, wrestle this time and you look good, and then you'll come back and wrestle again 6 weeks from now because I didn't know what to do with you. I just threw you in that day. It's like,
Yeah, that's why they got him in dark matches now and squashes versus like no name talent, is they're trying to like repackage him. There's even talk where he might join the Hurt Business. So
That would be
would
cool.
be just ridiculous.
let's see.
Ridiculous in a good way.
Dan, we're going to talk about RK Bro soon. Somebody agreed with us.
Another
Team
guy I'd
Goldberg
love
to
to see
retire, I
somebody
guess.
as big as Lashley against is Walter. I mean, I want to see Walter smash some dudes up there, man. Show them what this is really all about.
He is, but he's got to go dominate regular NXT first. Like they need Walter in NXT.
Yeah. Well, he carried NXT UK for sure. And something else that I heard about him a while back was he's not big on wanting to like move to the US on like a permanent / semi-permanent basis. So that could be why he hasn't, because I mean, oh my God, he just beats the hell out of everybody. Like if I was, like I said, if I was a wrestler, that's one guy I would be like, okay, I don't know if I want to wrestle him. I know this is we're supposed to be scripted, but I don't think he knows that it's supposed to be like he's supposed to take care of me and not hurt me. He hurts people, man.
But is it beyond the realm of possibility to think something, just because we're talking about NXT, that Karrion Kross loses his belt tomorrow, he drops it to Samoa Joe, but then he comes up and challenges Lashley?
I think he'll lose the belt and come up to the Raw. I think that is what's going to happen.
Could be.
But does he get to jump to the belt right away?
I don't know. He lost to Jeff Hardy and Keith Lee both. Neither one of them are in the top.
I forgot
Maybe
about
it's
that.
picture,
Scarlett.
so.
Maybe Scarlett will come with him this time, and
Nah, they're stupid. I don't know why they broke them up.
Well, the idea that they were talking about was having him come up, lose some matches, and then she comes along and boom, he's reinvigorated, and starts winning matches and stuff once they bring her in with him.
That is the dumbest idea ever.
It's because they
That's
act like we
saying-
don't know nothing, man.
That's like saying Scarlett is a human version of the Undertaker's urn. That is dumb.
hey, that's kind of in a way that is kind of what she is, fall and pray, and comes in and just and then all of a sudden he just kicks everybody's ass. I mean, she kind of is the human equivalent of the urn, I guess. Dang, that's a good one.
Oh,
No, it's not. It's disrespectful. it's just I picked up on it.
Yeah,
Like she's talented. She looks good. Why would you take her off the TV?
yeah.
Like, let's keep it real. Who do you want managing on Monday Night Raw? Scarlett Bordeaux or Eva Marie?
Eva Marie, bro.
No.
Definitely. Speaking of that,
yes, Nick.
Speaking of that, let's jump into this amazing match that we have here set up. I hope this lasts only 2 minutes also. So
I'm upset.
Man,
I'm upset
Nick, you know
that
how to
he wasn't in
segue
the
from
graphic.
one thing to the other. You got that down.
y'all do all the work. I just listen and I'm like, oh, there's
I know. We buy you City Boy podcasted a bunch of times, so I know how to get them going. I know.
Yeah. Because I was even going to say, you know, the way that they've done the NXT people when they do call them up and stuff like that, you know, they think that we're stupid, like we don't remember who they were or where they came from, you know, like. And here's another perfect instance: Dewdrop with Eva Marie Piper Niven. We seen her on your programs, on the WWE's programs as herself, Piper Niven, multiple times. And then you want to act. Then when she did debut, they were like, "Who is this woman? We don't know who she is. Oh, you know, who is it? Really, dude? You guys had her on your shows, and you're trying to insult our intelligence."
I'm kind of cool with that because that's the stuff that made you like wrestling when you were a kid. That's not for you. That's for some 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's this new monster? They don't know who that is. No, don't thumbs down that Nick.
Yeah, because I'm not sure of a storyline where this beautiful supermodel chick bullying a heavier girl and stuff like is. I don't think that's geared really towards kids. If it is, they're really missing the boat on that one.
No, the fact where they're missing the boat is they don't know how to use Dewdrop. She should be running through everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Because when they do let her loose, she does. You're right.
I know, but to that it's like there's no reason she shouldn't be in like a good feud with like a Shayna Baszler or Nia Jax right now.
Yeah, I agree.
We always say they mess up everything.
Alexa's winning the match. There's no way that they can't do that to us. I mean, Alexa's bad enough right now as that character, but if she loses,
man, I'm gonna be honest with you, just because of how stupid they are, and you said let's think like how WWE writers do. Eva Marie's gonna win this match by disqualification or some screw shit. You just watch.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's
either
true.
that
gonna get
Dewdrop turns on her.
Look.
That's what I want to see. Dewdrop turn on her and turn into the doll, a human version of the doll.
What?
Yeah.
I can see that.
That would be dope if Dewdrop goes crazy and turns into Lily.
I mean, she did that to Nia that one time, so I mean, she could do it, and then I don't know what got a hold of me, you know. Okay, thinking like WWE, yeah, the amazing Eva Marie's gonna win somehow. I don't know. I didn't even make a bet on that one. I'm telling you, DraftKings didn't even look at it as a match. They didn't even put it on there. So.
I'm going with Bliss and Lily.
Yeah, I think Dewdrop, something happens, Dewdrop costs Eva the match and Alexa wins, just to keep planting the seed of her turning on Eva Marie.
FYI, I am an Alexa Bliss fan.
I love Alexa Bliss. I just feel
100%.
I just feel this persona
exactly.
she has right now is becoming. It's when it was Bray's, it was organic. You could feel the flow of the story changing as it went. With her, it's like somebody else is doing it for her, and they don't even know what they're doing. And they're like, "Hey, Bray, you got a minute? What was the idea?" No, bye. Like, you can't pick up somebody else's idea and try to run with it yourself. I'm gonna know. Like, that's not it.
All I can tell WWE is they better get their shit together with the women's wrestling because they seem desperate to me right now with everything they're doing. And with Britt Baker, the champion at AEW, and what she's doing, she's kind of like 2017 version of Becky Lynch. Yeah. So they better watch what the hell they got going on. And
ironically, it's the same thing that happened with Becky. She got busted open during that Thunder Rosa match and bled and was smiling about it. And that right there made her a star. Mm-hmm. Definitely that match.
I think that's what got him attention, but don't get it wrong. Becky Lynch and Brooke, what's her name? I just forgot her name.
Britt Baker.
From AEW. They could wrestle. Like, they can get down. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fun. They put on, like, fun matches to watch for sure. All right, so we went from a doll. Now we're going to a sword. Jinder Mahal.
I just knew it.
And Drew McIntyre. This one right here. Who wins the sword? The almighty WWE Holy Grail sword that defeated the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. Defeated. It won. It was in Lord of the Rings 1 through 3.
You want to know who I think wins? Jinder Mahal. And then McIntyre gets his sword back at Crown Jewel.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me go change my prediction now.
I'm just saying, how cool would it be for Jinder Mahal to walk in the crowd?
No, that makes 100% more sense. I just didn't care about this match enough to think about it. It was because the morning we were making fun of the sword the whole time. So now that you're saying it, I'm like, no, that makes a lot more sense of Crown Jewel. I gotta think Crown Jewel in the back of my head because, and I like Jinder. I'm not mad at it. Like,
I hate Jinder. I've never seen somebody have so many main event matches with 4 moves. The dude has 4 moves, and 2 of them are chokes. What the hell?
I just like him. I like him because he pisses people off. Like when he was champion, so many people were mad, and it made me like him because it was just funny hearing people like they would boo him so hard. Like, and I'm like, you're only helping him. Like, you're only helping them keep him on TV now. If you don't like him, just stay quiet. They're like, no, I gotta boo him. And after a while, they just stopped caring, so they took him off TV.
His outside the ring work, like his promo work and his storylines and stuff like that, carried him through that title reign. Because it's like I said, his in-ring work was lackluster.
What carried him was Randy Orton made him look good because he wrestled Randy a bunch of times, and Randy made him look good.
Yeah. Me and my daughter was talking about that earlier, how you're only going to look as good as the guy or girl you're in the ring with. You know, if someone can lose and still look good, then that other guy done his job right. It doesn't matter win or loss. You know, you're almost better if you can make the guy that loses still look strong and good, even though he lost. To me, that's what makes you a better artist in there. Like Bret Hart, you know, used to always elevate the other guys he was in the ring with and stuff.
Well, I mean, what do you do with Drew even if you squash this feud tonight? Nothing. So you might as well just keep it going.
Yeah, they'll keep it going.
Yeah, this is a crown jewel written all over it.
And I agree. I'm picking Jinder to win.
I'm also going with Jinder now.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal for the sweep. You're the greatest ever, Jinder. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Speaking of a match that, I mean, I said we'll go hit one of these title matches. I actually hyped for this one. Sheamus and Damian Priest.
Ready.
I like it. I'm going Damian Priest. I'm riding the train. I've been with him since he partnered with Bad Bunny. I'm rolling with it, bro. He's getting that belt.
Yeah.
Nope. It's staying on Sheamus.
My word.
Hey, Sheamus is good.
Sheamus is good.
Yes,
underrated.
He's super. Sheamus is the dude who can literally be doing nothing, and then you can be like, go get the heavyweight title, and nobody would be opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to I don't like Damian Priest. He's like a really bad version of Roman Reigns to me.
The reason why I'm saying Damian Priest is because Sai talked about it earlier this morning, talking about how he wanted they weren't looking for that next Hispanic Latin guy. And notice how every time he comes on TV now, he's speaking Spanish. I didn't even know the dude spoke Spanish. So I'm like, okay, this is the guy they're gonna somehow try to push a little over to be that guy. And I don't see why you would do it that way, but it's WWE thinking in my head. And
I tell you why they're doing it that way, because you got rid of Andrade.
Well, yeah, you dropped the ball.
The problem is now if you want a Spanish speaker, you're wasting Humberto Carrillo, you're wasting Angel Garza.
Angel Garza right there, bam.
You got Legado in NXT. No disrespect to Damian, but they're all better than you.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, 100%. But this is WWE, so they're gonna be like, "Oh, Vince is like, you're tall."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
My
He's the bigger of all those guys. So, and that's what Vince wants is a big guy. So
but I'm not saying that you have to make Humberto or Angel Garza a main eventer, but there's no reason they can't give you 7 minutes of some of the best wrestling you ever seen right when Raw starts.
Yeah, I agree. I would push Angel Garza to the moon. I think he's got star written all over him. If you ask me, I don't understand why they haven't given him more time.
I didn't even know Angel Garza was like he was in like a soap opera or something. Like, yeah, he was in a
A telenovela?
Yeah, telenovela. Like one of my friends, she was talking. She goes, "Hold on, who's that?" And I was like, "I was Angel Garza." And she's like, "He used to be on the soap opera I watched." And I was like, "What the?" So I mean, he's already big in the Latin culture as that. Every time I see this dude come out, all the ladies in the stadium are like, "Who's this guy?" This and that. I mean, you have a star right here. You just don't know how to push it.
Yeah.
No, let's push Damian Priest though. Like,
I would push Angel Garza as the next big, as far as WWE goes. Overall in the wrestling business period, it's Sammy. But I'm also actually a big Santana.
I think all of those WWE guys are better than Sammy. And I ain't shitting on Sammy because he's from where we're from. Like, he's literally from right up the road. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo are better than Sammy.
I agree, they're better workers. I mean, but I like Sammy's work too. But I think Sammy's already got, like, his personality is better overall, especially than Humberto. Humberto's a little too humble and shy. You could just tell that's not his thing. He just wants to go in and work in the ring. Angel Garza, however, that dude, he's got it, and that's the guy they need to push as far as the Latin American or the Latin market.
Like, even the little, like, segments he would give the flowers out and this and that. Like, I was like, dude, that is smart. Like,
that's like throwback. That's like a 90s wrestler kind of thing to do. You know what I mean?
He reminded me of, like,
it's like a
Venus
Rick kind of thing to do.
I just
ripping his pants off in the ring and stuff. When he would rip his pants off down to his tighties. Yeah, that's some Ravishing Rick Rude stuff right there. Because the ladies all loved him. I mean, they love the Angels.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
It's funny because when he would rip his pants off, the girls would be like, "Oh," and then the guys would be like, "What the?" But it was entertaining. Like, you're like, "When's it coming? When's it? Oh, there it is." And it was funny because people that don't watch wrestling all the time didn't expect it, and so us that do watch it, we're like, "Oh, it's coming. Let's see." And you would look around at people's reactions and stuff.
I don't even know what match we were talking about.
Damian
Priest.
He's my pick, by the way.
I think they'll end up going with Damian Priest too.
All right. Speaking of Latins, we'll go into Mysterios versus the Usos.
I love the Usos so much. So much.
Yeah.
One of my favorite.
That's why I need them to hurry up and squash these Mysterios, get them out of the way, and get a real tag team in there to fight these Usos. I'm sick of Rey Mysterio and Dominique. Get him out of there. Go, 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 go.
They'll throw some tag team together that ain't even partners to go at them like they are the Arcade Bro thing. That's what they'll end up doing. Because are there any other tag? Maybe Otis and Chad Gable or the Street Profits. Those are the only other teams.
I mean, Otis and Chad Gable should get a heads up on that because they've been beating up on the Street Profits. But you got the draft coming. So, I mean, what do you do with the Viking Raiders? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were talking about that today. Where the hell have they been?
Well, they wrestled not too long ago. They just didn't do real good.
Did they like take them off? Just take them off. Hey.
But keep it real. Yeah. Shouldn't they get the New Day back together? The New Day and the Usos. I don't care how many times they do it. It's always good.
Yeah.
It's to me that's like Hardy's and Edge and Christian. Like I want to watch it all the time.
Yeah, we were talking today about how they don't treat tag team wrestling like they used to. Now they show they don't care about it.
Never treated tag team wrestling like it was anything until the late 90s. So,
well, you had the Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, the Killer Bees, the Rougeos, the Bolsheviks, Demolition, all those teams in the 80s too. So there's been periods.
You just showed your age, bro.
Yeah. There's been periods of time where the focus has kind of been, but not like you're right. The 90s when they were the main event and with those TLC
once they started making a
matches.
Buttload of money off the New Age Outlaws and the Acolytes and them, once they stopped making money from that, they didn't care about tag team wrestling. No. The Hardys, Edge, and Christian and the Dudleys after that, they're like, we don't care about that.
And it's stupid. You have some huge tag teams. I mean, the New Day, Usos already at your top, and you don't know how to use them. It's dumb. It's like, shoot, I love AJ Styles, but I don't want to see him in a tag team. Like, bro, he's one of the best single wrestlers ever. Like, give me a match with him. Like, I want a full match, 15 minutes or so. I don't care. You give me 30 minutes of AJ. I'll watch him the whole time.
Yeah, but my thing is AJ Styles can do in 15 minutes what if some people can't do in an hour. So you have a hard time developing people like Elias. Why is he not in a story with AJ? Let AJ be the good guy. You know what I mean? AJ's a good guy. And now because you don't know what to do with Elias, you're changing up his character. That's stupid. When you threw together a tag team that didn't need to be a tag team, and you're wasting other tag teams.
Yeah.
But to the WWE's point, if you overdo tag team wrestling, it gets stupid like in AEW.
What's bad about that?
I don't want to see the Young Bucks and Anderson and Gallows come to the ring together and both of them got belts. You shouldn't both have belts.
I
don't mind it.
I do.
Everyone, I mean, like for a time period, you know, it ain't bad. But if they had them all the time, yeah. But that will run its course eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
but to me, it's like,
but I think it serves their narrative right now. You know,
I don't like that because the New Bucks should be like, hold on, Kenny went to get the Impact heavyweight, so we should get the Impact tags. You know, like get all the belts if y'all are going to intermingle. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is they have the inner circle there. I'm not going to complain. All right, Zach.
What's up?
Not complaining. Look,
I'm a big Santana guy. I think Santana should get a run at a main event spot, to be honest with you, because the story's built right in. His struggle coming up with his mom and all the stuff she had to do to take care of the family and stuff, that's already been laid out there. I mean, the story to take him like a Rocky Balboa rise to the top, it's right there. I'm a big Santana guy, actually.
Let's see. Dan asks, whatever happened to Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Robert?
Oh, yeah.
The Dirty Dogs?
Yeah, that's
just another waste of talent.
I don't like. They came out one day and then just bloop, bye.
Well, no, they held the belts for a little bit, and then Mysterio and them took them from him, but they haven't did anything since.
They came out and jumped somebody like a week or two ago, a couple weeks back.
I think it was Street Profits.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Which, there you go. That's probably what will happen now. Since Street Profits have kind of lost their feud with Otis and Chad Gable, they'll probably, the two loser teams will somehow battle, and they'll be the ones to get a title shot somehow instead of the winners of the feud. You know how WWE does stuff. It's weird. Like with Tegan and Shotzi beating Natalia and Tamina 3 straight times, and somehow they're just now going to get a title shot sometime eventually.
I just am amazed how you don't know how to use your men in tag team matches. So let's go and make women's tag teams. Like, I don't see how that makes any sense for you. Like, if you were killing it on the men's side, then I'm like, it makes sense. But
I'll say this, though. I haven't seen a bad women's tag match, like championship match.
No, I haven't either. I just don't have any faith. I mean, the last one, though, it don't make sense. Your tag team champs lost a match against a team that was put together like that morning.
But that's what makes that shit fun to me, because nobody really holds the women's tag belts for a long period of time. Like in the men's. In the men's, it gets boring because it's like, you can't tell me that the Mysterios can't be beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why they hold the belt for 4 months? That's boring. I don't see that.
Which, to bring it back to them,
I think it's just because the women's.
I expect a turn in the Dominic Ray side, if not tonight, really soon. But they're going to lose the Usos to win, and there'll be a split father-son tag team. It'd be more interesting if Ray was the one that turned on Dominic, like, I told you, boy, you listen to me, and started whooping on him and stuff. I think that would be more interesting, but again, it's WWE.
I want to see Dominic turn on Ray. I want to see Dominic turn on Ray and go follow Roman.
Oh, snap. Bloodline. This is my real bloodline.
Yeah.
Roman comes out and says, Dominic, I'm your real daddy.
They have a ladder match. So we all picked the Usos, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Usos.
All right. Bloodlines keeps their belts. I ain't mad at that one.
Imagine the Usos actually retain, but then Roman Reigns actually loses.
That'll be funny.
That would be awesome.
I would cry. Yeah.
And then come Friday on SmackDown, they start talking to him like he was talking to them.
Yeah.
You need to pick it up. You're letting the family down.
That'd be some good promos for sure.
I mean, if they retain and Roman loses, then who gets to sit at the head of the table?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Exactly.
Next match, other tag team belts. AJ and Omos versus RK Bro.
RK Bro,
you so
100%.
much, bro.
Bros are going to win it.
Bro,
Yeah, bros.
AJ and Omos have had those belts since Mania, and they've done nothing with it. It's almost like they don't even exist.
No.
They weren't on TV for like the longest.
I know.
For like a month straight, I think.
Also,
No,
I
it
think
was longer
Omos are
than
just
that.
ready for AJ Styles to just go single again. So this might be a good time to just split
The
them.
only reason why I feel that AJ and them will keep it is because they don't know what the hell to do with Omos.
You send him to the Hurt Business.
But I mean that makes sense. But I'm thinking in my WWE mindset real quick. This would be one of those moments where you could Randy Orton RKO him in front of this things, and then he loses the match, and then you set up their boring storyline coming up later on. It's the only thing. That's my mindset right now on it, and I hate it because I want them to win the belt, but I just feel like that Python's ready just to.
I have a feeling that Omos and AJ are going to lose the belt because they're about to be split up. They might have a BS little feud really quick, and then AJ gets sent to SmackDown.
What I worry about in that is that they'll put Omos over AJ.
No, see, nobody will get over. It'll be one of those things where the feud just ends. Like they'll send AJ to SmackDown, and it'll be like Omos.
Yeah, they're good at that,
you know what I mean?
too. Yeah.
That's one of them situations where they play on our ignorance, and they were like, "Oh, y'all don't remember Omos? He was never here. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. Kind of like Otis and Tucker when they split them up. You thought they was going to have this big old feud, and then boom, they didn't even have a match.
Yeah. So Nick, you going with Omos and AJ?
No, I'm gonna stick with RK Bro. I'm just thinking of.
Yeah.
I want AJ as a singles competitor again. I would like Omos in Hurt Business. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Or maybe he can go do. I did remember though, whenever he had to leave the match to help AJ up, and he was kind of irritated. So I mean, a breakup could be happening soon for him. So I'll go RK Bro just because that was my first pick. I don't want to overthink this whole night because I'm gonna get a headache.
Yeah, don't give the WWE more credit than they deserve. Like they have some sort of creative mystery that we don't know about.
Dude, they put on some amazing matches. That Oldberg and Bobby, bro. All right. Speaking of matches we don't know about, because they haven't given us anything on this. Is this match happening?
Yes.
Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks.
It's happening. It's gonna happen tonight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
They're talking about it on the pre-show right now.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they were talking about it last night too.
Breaking news, it's happening.
But that's
about it last night too, and
she wasn't on the SmackDown Go Home show at all to build the match, to hype the match at all. They've been missing the house shows, and that's just, I don't get it. Something ain't right. There's something they're not telling us, because the Go Home show is the big one. You know, that's the last chance you have to get your match, out in front of everybody and get them interested in it. And she wasn't there at all. Didn't even do like a hype video or like an offset video or anything. She wasn't even there at all. So there's got to be something ain't right about that situation.
I mean, if anything, that only tells me that Bianca keeps her belt.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Either way, Bianca's going to win, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's somebody who could for sure lose their belt tonight, Bianca.
They do like playing hot
I
potato.
swear, I have a feeling Becky Lynch comes out at the end of this match. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do.
I think something is going to happen with Becky tonight, and I think it will be with this match, whether it be somehow they end up announcing Sasha's not able to wrestle her, and then, bam, they got to have a replacement. And who else is available? Becky Lynch.
Well, my thing is this possible that she could be at the other women's title match? But I just have a feeling it's this one.
Yeah, I do too. I think
just
that
because of
her and
circumstances.
Seth want to be together on SmackDown.
That, and I feel like you already have too much star power on Raw, on the women's side.
That they don't know what to do with. You're right.
That they don't know what to do with. Like you said
Asuka's
earlier,
just chilling.
Asuka's not doing anything.
That's right. And if you bring Becky in, then that just means somebody else ain't going to be doing something.
Yeah, I think Becky goes to SmackDown. You put her on the Fox.
SmackDown needs her, I think, more than Raw.
The women's division in WWE is stacked way more than the men. The women's division is dope. Because, like, no disrespect, but I don't want to see Io Shirai try to wrestle for a women's tag. She's a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say the NXT women's division is just as good as the main roster.
I love Io Shirai. That's one of my entrances that I will mark out on every single time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what she says, but like I'm starstruck when she comes out. I'm just like, yes. Like she could be talking mess to me, and I just be like, I love you also. Thank you.
But like, let's keep it real. No disrespect to Zelina Vega and Carmella, but there's no reason y'all should be interfering in these matches when people like Toni Storm are doing nothing.
Yeah, or Liv Morgan. Tony, we've been saying you debut Toni Storm, and then all of a sudden she's not there.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, you're throwing these other matches together and doing all this. Well, like last night, it should have been like Bianca and one of those two women, Liv or Toni Storm, in a tag team match against Zelina and Carmella instead of her having to beat them both.
It should have been
perfect chance.
It should have been Sasha Banks, Carmella, and Zelina versus
That's right.
Bianca, Toni, and
Liv,
somebody.
Yeah, like you could have done that. You pushed the other two girls, you pushed the other four girls, and then they could have done like a squash match later on for the tag titles or something. Like, look at that. That's better storytelling than what WWE's giving us. Like,
I told them they can buy these ideas off of me for $40 a pop. I'll sell them this stream before we put it out, and they can pick what they want.
They just need to. I'm gonna email it to them and be like, "Here, check our video out because y'all's ideas suck." And
we're getting pretty good feedback off of your product, so you might want to listen to us.
Yeah,
they do say that.
How many emails like that they get actually? Like, I'm pretty sure they get a lot of those.
Yeah, I'm sure they get a lot. I hate Roman Reigns. He's the worst man ever in life.
But that's the thing is like some of the storylines should be catered towards the adults. Some should be for the kids. Some should be for all. You know what I mean? And they try to like put shit in a box. It's like you can't insult our intelligence as somebody who's been watching wrestling for 30 years with the same shit that you're trying to pass off to a 5-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it always comes down to they're trying to appease
No, they're trying to appease their network.
Well, they're trying to appease sponsors and the networks. You're right, 100%.
I mean, that's fine, but
and they know 100%, no matter what, we're gonna watch.
I ain't.
Yeah. Yes,
I'm not watching Raw. No, I'm not, bro. I put Food Network on instead of watching.
Yeah, he's been watching Guy Fieri.
Yeah, I was watching Guy Fieri and Bobby Flay, bro. That had Bobby Flay's competition was much more entertaining than that, bro. You could give me the Detroit Lions versus the Jacksonville Jaguars 0-0, and I will watch that entertained more than Monday Night Raw, bro.
Very possible, but at some point you're gonna watch a highlight clip or something of WWE's just to know what's going on.
That's what I do every Monday.
And
that's why their ratings are going down.
They're still getting a view from you.
They're getting a view online from me. They ain't getting my view on cable.
That's why the ratings are going down, because people are watching the YouTube highlights instead of watching the actual show. That's what I was saying. I think they give too much of it away on YouTube and the other social medias, whereas AEW just gives a little, but they want you to watch the show. WWE will post their videos on YouTube before Raw or SmackDown's even over with. They'll already have clips of the matches from the show on YouTube as the show's still going on. So,
but as WWE, you have to do that because you have so many content creators on YouTube who are doing recaps before the show is over, you know? So people are doing recaps as Raw is going on. So they're loading their shit at 10:30 our time. So WWE has to beat them.
Yeah.
For it when it comes down to money and who's first. It's like, it's my content. I got to get it out there first.
I mean, the product they have sucks anyway, so we're just going to... Monday Night Raw is like the worst product right now. They don't even...
Probably.
Like, even when SportsCenter talks about stuff, they only talk about Fox, SmackDown. That's all they talk about. You don't hear nothing. You don't even know Raw existed anymore. Like,
And that's a shame. Like
It is.
getting back to what Zach said earlier, Raw used to be that way. That's why it went 3 hours. They had like the more family friendly stuff in the first hour or so, and then they got to the edgier stuff as the show went on, and it got later in the evening. If I agree with him, if they went back to that format, that could help a little bit because again, it will spur creativity in people's minds, and they'll fire up.
But that's how it was originally created, because you remember when they first had it, Raw was 1 hour, right? And it was that way for a couple years. And then it went Raw for 1 hour, and then immediately following, and they never really said nothing. It was called Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warzone was for the adults.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it all, so I didn't. I was watching ECW as a kid.
But you knew it was different because the sign on the screen would change.
Yeah.
So that's when you knew it was like, oh, the good shit's about to happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, Stone Cold's about to cuss.
9 p.m. Now I remember that. Yeah, I grew up watching ECW. If my parents are ever watching this, that's what I was doing on AOL. But yeah.
When I just said that, I remembered what Edge did yesterday. Did y'all see SmackDown yesterday?
Yes.
Edge bring back the Brood music with the blood. Yes. That is the coolest shit I've seen in a long time. So that's why SmackDown is doing so much better than Raw.
So I was gonna say that for the last match.
Oh, sorry.
But since you brought it up, okay. All right, Edge versus Seth Rollins.
Hold on, we didn't pick Bianca and. Oh
yeah, all right. Who are we picking for? Oh, we picked Bianca, I think, didn't? Oh, I picked Bianca.
Yeah,
I'm picking
Bianca. Sasha.
I'm picking Bianca over Sasha unless if it's Becky and Bianca. I'm picking Becky.
Becky, yeah.
Yeah. I just think Bianca's so good.
I love her.
I love her too.
Like, and she just comes out and her cockiness, her arrogance. I love it all. Like,
that's why I'm waiting for a Montez and her heel turn. I think it would be phenomenal. You know, her and Montez. We're more athletic than everybody. We're better than everybody. Look how good we look together. Look how pretty our kids are. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I'm waiting for her and Montez to divorce. What you talking about?
Oh, yeah. She's like, I got time for this. Oh, man. All right. On to this one. Edge, Seth Rollins. I feel this is one of the more set up well storylines.
I can't pick a winner. I don't know what's going. They're both so good because
I can.
Who?
Edge. I feel Seth Rollins can take the loss.
That's my issue. Is like, can either one of them take another loss?
I think Seth can take it better than Edge because Edge has been losing since he's come back pretty much. So he kind of needs a win more than Seth. But I could also see him fighting to put Seth over. And
well, my thing is, I think Seth needs to win so he can go challenge Roman because I don't see anybody besides Seth that should be challenging for that belt unless they're going to prolong that till Mania.
I mean, they kind of gave you that hint a little bit, like when he's like, "You only won that belt because of me."
Yeah,
like, you know his eyes are on that belt, but he's like, "I need to take out the trash of AKA Edge first before I get my belt." I said, "My pick, Seth Rollins. I'm rolling with my boy. He's one of my favorite. That he reminds me of Triple H from back in the day. With he's that guy I hate, but I love watching, and I'm gonna roll with him." Edge, I'm sorry, bro. I can't go with any Spears this week except for Roman's because he's the big dog. So
Goldberg also.
No,
I'm gonna go with Edge.
I'm going with Edge myself.
I think they can drag the feud on a little bit, and think about how much crazier Seth will get if he loses this match and it's another setback from him going after Roman and he's freaking out, Edge, you did it to me, and like literally the rematch he hurts Edge real bad and wins that match. So I'm gonna go with Edge on this one and then Seth down the road.
So do you think this is one of the matches that fluke finishes and then they rehash it at Crown Jewel? I think it'll be some kind of like Edge might get away with doing something that while the referee's back's turned or something, and some kind of excuse, built-in excuse for Seth to say, you needed to do this to beat me. That proves that I'm actually better than you, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm going with Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, also Edge's dark side, coming out to play also. So
cool.
Edge.
And see that
Nick,
that
are you sure
even
you wanna
goes
stick
plays
with
into my
Seth?
idea. They could take it even further between these two as far as the psycho mindset that they both can bring later on.
Yeah.
Just stretch it out just a little bit and see how intense these two can get down the road.
Yeah, again, that's too good for them.
I'm going with Rollins. I'll be alone in this. I mean, if Edge wins, I'm not gonna be surprised though. I do see all y'all's points. And then the Brood thing kind of is like a swerve, like a curveball that Rollins doesn't see coming. So, I mean, if who needs to win, I feel Edge.
Maybe Gangrel shows up. Maybe that's the swerve that beats Seth, and that's what Seth has to say to prolong the feud. Maybe Gangrel comes in, and that's what caused Seth the match.
Nah, I don't think that'll happen. But
they're gonna
I
bring
told
back
y'all
the
earlier.
Boogeyman.
Shh, I'm not gonna say this loud on camera, but I told y'all earlier. I really do think Bray Wyatt's coming back, and I would like to see him come back if Edge is Brood Edge.
Wasn't Gangrel at the
see
Matt
Bray
Hardy
Wyatt
and Bray Wyatt deletion thing? Did Gangrel have an appearance that night too?
I'm gonna
Holding
keep
the
it real.
thing?
The reason I feel
He
like
did.
Gangrel's not coming back is because he makes adult movies, and WWE is not gonna
Oh,
get.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he owns like a whole production company.
Oh, he's old as hell, man.
No, he don't actually make them,
Oh,
but he has a production company that does it. So WWE's not involved.
I was about to say I don't know who's watching that, but
And Christian sure as hell ain't showing up. So
nah,
Yeah, no.
he can show up with the Impact title. Hey.
Ring of Honor title, that'd be cool.
All right, so everybody picks Edge. I picked Rollins. Let's see. We'll go into this match. I forgot about this match. Great. Oh yeah, Charlotte Flair, the superhero, and Rhea Ripley.
I hate this match so much.
No, I love this match. This is an easy pick.
Who are you picking?
Rhea.
It is easy, but
Rhea's taking that belt home tonight.
Rhea.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see a point in putting it back on Charlotte. Because if you were going to do that, then you wouldn't have took it off of her really quick, right? And then two, I think the WWE realized, hey, maybe we're not going to get Nikki over as much as we thought.
That could be true, but that's why I kind of think they'll keep it on Nikki, just because they're weird like that, I think that the way she's been losing her matches and stuff, that kind of leads to her winning the big one, you know what I mean? And that's why when she's not almost a superhero anymore, maybe that's her becoming the superhero.
To our point earlier, though, your best chance of seeing Becky Lynch tonight, though, is if Charlotte wins this match.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is gonna sound so dumb, but I'm thinking right now in my crown jewel mindset, the superhero chick. I'm just gonna call her that because he has a long name that I keep forgetting all the time. She's fully clothed.
Yeah.
And so at Crown Jewel, all the women have to dress like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an easy sell for all her stuff. You don't have to change stuff up. I mean,
but
I
you
remember.
can say the same. I mean, she's gonna have to wear a T-shirt.
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah.
But you could say the same about Rhea.
Yeah. No, I mean Rhea. Yeah, but I just don't see them taking it off of her. The thing about WWE is they always prolong the bad stuff for way too long. And I'm not saying this is terrible. It's just
but it could be good. It's just depending on what you do. You have Nikki, ASH, almost superhero. If she keeps the belt, her very next feud needs to be Alexa Bliss. It needs to be Bliss.
Yes, good versus evil. You're Batman to your Joker. I get it.
And they were best friends.
Yeah, I love it. The thing is, though, are they going to do that? Because if you give me Hurricane's daughter versus Bray Wyatt's daughter right now, I'll watch it. But I don't know. Like, I don't feel that they're going to take this belt off her. They run with bad stuff. Look how many years we got Roman Reigns terrible. And they were like, you're going to love this guy. Like, we're going to make sure you love. You know what? You don't love him? We'll put him at number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Let's do that. Oh, let's put him at WrestleMania again. Like, the year that Seth Rollins got that belt, I was so happy. I was like, thank you. Like, and I mean, Kevin Owens getting the belt. I don't even want to talk about Kevin Owens. He ain't even on the card right now.
Yeah, I know that's a little
Did you
bit.
see his post? Kevin Owens. He posted something about, like, I don't know who it was, but someone was in the ring. Like they took a picture of themselves in the ring, and then like he retweeted that and was actually like, at least one of us made it there, or something like that.
So it's like a mystery person?
Nah, it's someone I just don't know who they are, but it's someone.
It's a referee. I got it. So out of superstars, I guess let's go with the women first. Who are like 2 or 3 women superstars that you are kind of disappointed that aren't on this card?
Asuka. Nah, I don't know about Liv Morgan. She didn't earn anything.
Nah, that fan base is behind her. Bro.
No, but like Chichi said earlier, Shotzi and Tegan, they might have earned a championship match pre-show or something today. You know what I mean? Like they've been doing good on SmackDown. I don't know why they're not here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Asuka, Liv, and Tony Storm. Other than Becky's obvious.
Yeah, Becky's
those 3 young girls. You're trying to push new stars, and Asuka,
but straight up, we don't ever give enough credit to Shayna Baszler because they're straight up wasting her.
Baszler too.
She's backstage.
She should be running through people. Even if she loses, she should still be hurting people.
Yeah, you could do her the way like Bobby Lashley was like hurting people. It was like, I don't know. You have so much talent in the women's division that you don't use them well at all.
I mean, think about it, bro. Naomi's not doing anything right now.
Yep.
Naomi.
She's super talented. She's the most, besides Bianca, she's the most athletic female there is.
Yeah. See, Dan said the first match has begun. Big E versus Corbin. Bum ass Corbin.
Hey, Big E might
Is
be
it for the briefcase?
Yeah, bum ass Corbin.
Okay,
Nick, did you go to the Royal Rumble when it was here in Houston?
Yes.
Okay, they have their setup almost identical to that. And let me tell y'all, I'm sure glad I'm watching this shit on TV and not there.
Yes, that was the worst setup of a stadium I've seen in a long time when I was there.
Legit, like $200 and something bucks a ticket, and I sat like on the 30th row from the ring, couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, I was looking up at the. I sat where I sat so I could look at the screen in case I couldn't see anything. And when Roman and them were fighting on the baseball thing, I couldn't see anything. And I'm literally like, as for a baseball stadium, I'm right on the floor almost of the field. And I couldn't see nothing. It was terrible. I couldn't even see. I had like when Edge came out, I only knew it was him because of the music. I couldn't see him at first. I was like, who's it? I was like, who is it? And I was like, and then I see all the smoke and he comes out and I was like, oh, it's Edge. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's get crazy. But it was, if it's like that, all you fans that bought tickets there, have fun. Good luck. The worst stadium I was at though was San Antonio Royal Rumble, bro. Not just because I had to see Roman Reigns there at number 30. All their screens went out, bro.
At the SBC Center?
Yes, or wherever the stadium. I don't ever want to go there in my life again. All of them went out, so I couldn't see over the 7-foot guy sitting in front of me. So I had to do this the whole time.
Every time the WWE comes to Houston and they're at the Toyota Center, it's always comfortable. There's no bad seat there ever.
Night of Champions, I loved it.
Yeah,
I hated it also.
Are you talking about the Night of Champions when Sting wrestled Seth? I was there too.
Okay, so since they added this match, who's winning the case?
Dun dun dun.
Bum ass Corbin. Bum ass Corbin.
Man, that would suck so bad to do that to Big E, man.
I think Bum Corbin wins, and it's just a spit in the face to Big E and the push that they gave him. I have no faith in WWE. I hope everything I said is wrong and they swerve me all day. I just don't have faith in
I just feel like Big E's so good and he's such a fan favorite that you can do anything to put him back in a title picture and we'll be cool with it. So he could win King of the Ring, or you could just give him a title shot and they'd be cool with it, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just feel they're going to waste him the way they did Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose. Like, when he finally gets his title, it's going to be one of those washed, wasted title things that isn't long enough. And they're like, okay, we gave it to him. You're happy now. Okay, let's go back to Roman Reigns. for a year and a half. Or
well, to that point, did Bray Wyatt ever really need the belt? Because I don't feel like it made him any better.
I feel before he became the Fiend, he didn't need a belt when he was the Fiend. I felt.
I don't think he needed the belt as Bray Wyatt either. He reminds me of Kane. Like, even with the belt, it doesn't make you any more dangerous. You know what I mean? Or better. So yeah. I think Big E, like, he will elevate if you put the belts on him. Way more than them just by having it.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of like athletic people, do you think the Olympian that just won, do you think he shows up tonight?
He said he'll be there.
Yeah, he said he was going to be there. I know him and Kurt Angle were talking on Twitter a little bit. Ooh. And Kurt Angle was like, "You did it without a broken freaking neck." And he goes, just wait until you see what else I can do. And I was like, Vince, he'd be looking at there and be like, "Oh yeah, contract."
Would you really throw a guy like that into the main roster fire right now with the way everything's going?
Vince would
take your time a little bit.
No, but you can come debut with some sort of shock value. You know what I mean? Just depending on what
they did the Cain Velasquez thing, and they totally butchered that.
That was just.
Nah, I thought that sucked anyway. I didn't see what you were possible. For one, what ruined that Cain Velasquez thing is when he debuted on SmackDown and he took his shirt off. It's like, bro.
You look like he, bro.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, and God forbid Kevin Owens ever take that shirt off.
I would love Kevin Owens.
But that's not it. It's like, Kevin Owens can wrestle, though. He can take
our
his shirt
Houston
off.
child. We protect him.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated.
Okay, speaking of those, who are three guys that you are you're not happy that are not on this card? I know my three are right off the bat, easily.
Who are they, Nick?
Mine is Shinsuke Nakamura. He has a title, and you don't even put him on this. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like, Sami Zayn's funny. He can wrestle. Kevin Owens, I just love him. He can do all that. And Shinsuke is one of your champions. Every other belt on here, I mean, unless you have the 24/7, 365, 7-Eleven belt also later on, then. But, I mean, it's just the one belt that you don't have. It's like, am I not good enough to be on your SummerSlam? No, but, don't worry, we have Drew and Jinder. Like, that's.
Yeah. Now, one person who definitely should be here is Cesaro. Like, he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he lost to Roman a couple times. He lost to Seth, and then they're like, well, we tried,
Yeah. Cesaro, Owens, and Shinsuke.
Like guys like Keith Lee, yeah, they're good, but you haven't been around. You haven't did enough to be here. So I'm not really upset about that. Even Sammy, I'm getting kind of bored with Sami Zayn.
I love Sami Zayn.
I like Sami Zayn in the ring. I'm sick of hearing him talk. Like, if Sami Zayn would just go to the ring and wrestle, which WWE don't allow, he would be the best worker there, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I say let him bring El Generico in.
Yeah,
bring El Generico back.
Hey, could you imagine how good of a match if you just said strictly from a wrestling perspective, Sami Zayn versus Drew Gulak? It's like those dudes can wrestle.
Yeah,
you don't see them. They're just not around.
Yeah.
No, WWE does not. They dropped the ball. All right, let's go with what is going to be the worst match of tonight.
Goldberg and Lashley.
Definitely.
I think we all agree on that one.
You think that one's gonna be worse than Bliss?
I don't even think Alexa Bliss and Eva Marie turned into a real match, but it's still gonna be better than Goldberg and Lashley.
Bro, Goldberg is money, bro. He's money, bro.
He's money for Vince.
Remember what he did? Remember what he did in the 90s, bro?
I do. That was 20 freaking something years ago.
I hope that is the first match, because when I'm on my way to my brother's, I can just turn it off and put music on.
I vividly remember watching Goldberg take the heavyweight title from Hogan in the Georgia Dome on the Monday Night Nitro. But that was like 24 years ago, bro.
Even when he came back, I wasn't hyped, bro.
Me neither.
I have not been hyped for him being back, especially when he won the title. I would have gone for Roman Reigns at that time over him 100%. And I hated Roman Reigns.
When Goldberg and Brock Lesnar put on that shit show of a match at WrestleMania a long time ago, Goldberg was done to me. Like, you have nothing for me. I don't want to see you wrestle no more.
No, let's just put
Especially
him in
because
the
we've
match.
seen Brock have great matches with all kinds of people. So, it's got to kind of be at Goldberg's feet, that one.
Yeah. I mean, when
Especially
Goldberg,
considering people knew Brock was going to leave that match and Goldberg still didn't try to steal the show because he was leaving too. So it's like, you're done.
after I almost seen him kill Undertaker, I was like, please,
Yeah.
just get out of the ring.
Stop.
Like the "you still got it" chants are never gonna be for him ever, because you do not, you barely had it, and now
Yeah.
you're coming in, and now you want me to, you're what you did was all athletic ability when you were younger. Now you lost that, and you want me to believe that this 80-year-old man's gonna spear me, and I'm just gonna be on the ground like if he does a spear the way he did on Monday today, bro, you could pay me $500. I'll let Goldberg spear me today.
That was weak.
Like I don't know what that match. I say 2 minutes of my life wasted. And
so are we all in agreement that John Cena's right? Like, quit bringing back these old dudes and use the new talent you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously keep some of the older people, like the veterans, so that like you can have a proper what is it called? Forgot what it's called. But like basically just have a proper bridge between like,
right,
the hardcore fans as like new people.
That's why I think you need people like Randy. Like Randy Orton would be so dope if he had a stable right now. You know what I mean? Of young dudes, and not necessarily be like how Seth Rollins was trying to do it, but go back to being like Evolution Randy, but be the OG. Because like you're wasting people. Like Austin Theory, from what I heard, got called up to the main roster. What are you going to do with him?
Nothing. Sit him in the back with Asuka drinking coffee.
But if you had him, like he would be the perfect. Think about Austin Theory today and what Randy Orton was in 02. It's the same. You know what I mean?
Big E wins.
Yeah, he just won.
Yeah.
Does he cash in today?
I don't think so.
I think he does. I think he.
If he does,
it's now that means I think Lashley wins that match now, and cashes in on him.
I would love to see Big E cash in on Bobby Lashley, and
no, I think even if Big E cashes in on Lashley, and then you give Lashley a rematch, Big E kills Bobby Lashley. You can't let Bobby Lashley beat Big E because Big E's so much better than Bobby. Yeah. That if I'm gonna put the belt on somebody and attract somebody, it's gonna be with Big E. Maybe that's why Raw sucks so much. Everybody wants to see Bobby.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I loved Bobby in the Hurt Business when it was an actual stable, but
I didn't. I thought the Hurt Business has been stupid the whole time.
It's not time for you, Zach. All this blasphemy that you're bringing in. Hey, I want to see Bloodline versus the Hurt Business. I will pay for it. I'll pay $5 extra to Peacock.
I mean, would you rather see the Bloodline and the Hurt Business, or the Bloodline versus the New Day?
Hurt Business.
I want to see Hurt. I want to see something new. I know what I'm going to get with the New Day. Like I'm not going to lie to you. I was one of the people that got tired of the New Day being champions at some point, because
I never did.
I did. I was like, I felt you had something great and you were running with it too long, too much. Like you don't even
held the belts for like 400 and something days.
I know, and that's what I'm saying, but I like change, and I wanted something different, and I don't know. I love their promos, but sometimes I would be like, bro, if I got to see more pancakes, I'm done. Like,
yeah, that's when it kind of jumped the shark once the pancakes.
It was just weird. Like after a while, I was all for it. Booty-O cereal. I still got my box here, bro. Like I was for it, but it's just the pancake thing. And then they were throwing COVID kind of stopped that, thankfully, where they were pouring cereal in fans' mouths, and I'm like, you went from, Triple H spitting on people and Stone Cold sharing Steve Weisers with fans to let me feed you my cereal. It was weird, bro. I don't know. I love them. Don't get me wrong. They're all great. They all can kill a microphone. But I mean, their perfect yin and yang, though, is the Usos. Like, so I never will turn down a thing. Like I said, that to me, that's like this era's Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Edge, and Christian, like they needed each other at a certain point to keep it going.
You know what I think would be good for wrestling is if the Hurt Business, they go get the Street Profits. Let the Street Profits turn heel.
Yeah.
That's the tag team.
That'd be dope.
It would be dope because then if Bianca loses her belt, you could bring her on or whatever. I always thought a good person for the Hurt Business would be Shayna Baszler.
Ooh. Could you imagine Bobby, Roman, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Street Profits, Usos, and then you'll have MVP versus Paul Heyman and a mic off.
What?
That'll be dope, bro. That's a Survivor Series match.
Book it.
I was going to say that could be an idea for Survivor Series because of how the champions of each brand kind of, go at each other to have. If you have,
I just think they already don't know what to do with the Street Profits. I mean, if Bobby loses the belt, does the Hurt Business need to continue? I doubt it. Throw them together. Let's see what happens. And if you really want to be nasty with it, put Omos or Keith Lee in there with it.
Keith Lee, preferably.
I think the only reason I would say not Keith Lee is because he can go. You can also find something else for him to do because he's that good. Omos really needs to be in that setting,
Yeah, he needs to be with.
I think Keith Lee, if he gets sent over to SmackDown, it'll be so much. Could you imagine matches with like Keith Lee and Kevin Owens, Keith Lee and Shinsuke, Keith Lee and anybody really, Roman? It'd be good.
Yeah.
I think I just don't like the idea of Keith Lee being put on the sidelines right now. So I just want him to do something. Like, please.
I know. I almost wish he didn't. He went back to NXT.
I'm trying to decide on my Peacock account again. Look.
But it's like WWE does that. Like Dominik Dijakovic wrestled really good in NXT. And he comes up to the main roster. It's like, bro, who are you? Mace or T-Bar? I don't even know which one you are.
That is the stupidest tag team I've seen in a while. Like,
it is.
I was hyped for him to join main roster. I was like, he's one of Vince's guys. He's tall, big. And then you put him in this dumb tag team.
But it's like somebody said earlier, is they play us for dummies. Like, we don't know who that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, bro. Just because he shaved his head doesn't mean we don't know that's not Dominik Dijakovic. Yeah. Who had some really good matches with Keith Lee.
Yeah, 5-star matches with Keith Lee in NXT. Plus, when he was in Ring of Honor, he was a killer.
I don't know. I do think that if I was like a writer for WWE, there's a couple things they could do that would kind of make it really tough for AEW. And one thing I would do is I would spend any amount of money right now to go get the Briscoe brothers, for even if it's for a one-off. Because the AEW they're like, oh shit. And another person who would kill in WWE, but I know WWE won't touch, is Marty Scurll.
Yeah, they ain't gonna. Yeah, they don't want him.
Yeah, no.
But if Marty Scurll made his way to AEW and he got to jump back with the Bullet Club, that would kill WWE.
Yeah, I think that will probably eventually happen once it dies down a little bit more.
Oh, it's gonna happen. That's why I'm saying you better snag him while he's available, because if Jay White makes his AEW trip full time, that's gonna be tough to beat. Because dude,
I love Jay White so much.
Dude can wrestle.
Yeah, Jay White's great.
Could you imagine? I want to see Jay White wrestle Seth Rollins so bad.
Yeah.
That's the match I want to see.
Have they ever wrestled back in?
No, I don't think so. Jay White is young, bro. He's only like 27.
Yeah, he was. I think when Seth was getting ready to leave Ring of Honor, Jay White was just starting. I'm not sure if they ever.
Nah, I think Seth was way gone. I mean, I didn't even know who Jay White was when Seth came to the main roster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he wrestled in Ring of Honor in New Japan. He was like a young boy in New Japan. You know, he would have wrestle in like the prelim matches and stuff. He's been around a little while.
Yeah, I'd like to see WWE start poaching some AEW talent. Like, don't get me wrong. The biggest waste of talent AEW has is Pop, Penta, and Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix is the best wrestler in the world to me. What are you doing with him?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's, to me, at some point, I feel AEW, they hit that wall of, we have too much talent coming in now.
They have too much of the same.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, I'm wondering maybe Rampage moves to 2 hours. I don't know, like, what you're going to do. But Because yesterday's Rampage felt like it was like, I think Sai said it this morning. It just felt like it sped through right after the CM Punk thing. Like it was like, oh, we used up too much time. Come on.
Well, I mean, you had a good tag match and then you had a squash match. So I mean, you got kind
they
of
did
expected
Kira
that.
Hogan kind of dirty in that one.
Yeah, they did. But in all fairness, it's like you're an Impact wrestler. You come over here. WWE would have did the same.
WWE.
I think she ended up signing with NWA, Kira Hogan, and the AEW's just letting her have some matches or something.
She's super talented.
They're all working together, so
Yep.
she'll be on across.
I like that though. How you see on their other pay-per-views, other people going around, it kind of gives you that little dream match thing. And I mean,
well, I mean, the one wrestler that I would love to see come to WWE, but I just don't think he ever would be Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
like that won't happen.
Yeah.
But could you imagine those matches? I wonder if
With Ricochet.
Ricochet's like his best buddy, and he sees that how dirty they've done Ricochet. I don't think he'll come to the WWE.
Can we
Not
get
unless they offer a ton of money.
Can we get Ricochet over there to AEW though?
I don't even want to see that. I want to see Ricochet go back to NXT.
I mean, I'm cool with that, but I want to know what NXT is gonna look like on Tuesday after this pay.
I just want Ricochet to go back to being with New Japan and all of them,
right.
and I know that AEW is probably the way to go.
He put on an amazing match in his last match with the tricks he was doing, the hits he was doing. Like I'm like, if you ever say wrestling's fake, watch that match. That was nothing fake about it. Like I had people that don't watch wrestling watching it that night, and they're like, "Dude, that guy's gonna wake up in pain." I was like, "Yes, this is why I watch it." You see this?
But NXT has some super talented people that people don't realize. Okay, Isaiah Swerve Scott, when he wrestled at Lucha Underground as Killshot, fucking amazing. Like he did things in matches that I never thought were possible. So it's like, okay, let's see how much WWE can screw this guy over.
Man, we just put Buddy on it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just started getting the what are they calling it?
Hurt Row.
Yeah, Hit Row. They just got them going, and now they're going to reshuffle NXT, and that's what I said. I expect there within the next week to be a massive amount of releases again. Probably that will make the other ones pale in comparison, to be honest with you. Just because they're reshuffling it completely. Guys like Ciampa was even like posting shots of like the towel that says "We are NXT," almost like he was saying goodbye, you know.
If Tommaso Ciampa gets cut, I guarantee you he immediately goes to Ring of Honor. Christian gives him that belt, and then he's going to make a ton of money. And that's exactly what Ring of Honor would need.
All right. We're at our ticking time. SummerSlam starting. Match of the night. Who you got?
Edge and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Same.
Edge, Seth Rollins.
I'm going Goldberg. No, I was kidding. I honestly think Roman Reigns and John Cena are going to blow the roof off.
No, I think it's going to be good, but I think
those
Edge and
two,
Rollins.
Those are the two I must watch. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm watching them. Oberg, please, if Bobby Lashley and Oberg are starting, please let me know. That being said, we will. Oh, here. Costa says Edge and Rollins also. I'll be the lone wolf again. That being said, it's been beautiful. We were going to do a live with all of y'all, but some stuff came up on all of our ends. But we will be doing these every pay-per-view. We'll be back tomorrow doing a recap of SummerSlam. And we will be talking to you about NXT TakeOver because that's going to be an amazing one, I think, tomorrow. Who knows what happens to the black and gold brand? You got anything else to say, fam?
Nah.
I'm sleepy.
Like Dan said, let's go.
Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe.
All right,
I
y'all.
think the tag team is starting it, actually.
Do what?
RK Bro versus...
That's what they're starting with?
Yeah, that's what they're starting with.
Oh, I need to go set up my stuff. All right. Love y'all. Later.
Later.
Bye.